He's just very friendly. One of the nicest people I've ever met. If I had to sum him up in one sentence, I'd say he's just simply a very, very generous and kind man. He's somebody who I don't see very often, but when I do go up and talk to him, I feel like I've known him for years and years.
He has respect for his fellow man. He believes in hard work. He doesn't expect to get any free lunches or something for nothing.
He's very focused. You can tell he's very driven, but as well, he's a people person. And I think in business, to be successful, you have to be a communicator.
I think what I really learned from Mom and Dad was a spirit of adventure. My parents had come out from Nova Scotia early in the century. They must have had a streak of adventure in their souls because that was pretty early to come out to the West. U of A, I thought that was big. I thought that was really big. I think there were about 78,000 people in Edmonton at the time, and the university only had about 1,500 people on the campus because this was during wartime. My years at university were very meaningful in my life because it led to a maturity that I couldn't gain in a small town because I met so many people from different backgrounds. If there's something you learn at university, and especially in a fraternity, it's moderation. Don't go too far. After university, I joined a law firm immediately, but after about 19 years, I got a little jaded. 1 year seemed like the last year, 1 week seemed like last week, and I was 42, and I thought, gee whiz, there's got to be more in life than this.
Imagine leaving a successful law practice in Edmonton to go to Australia to start a consumer products business, which was new to that country. That's what Eldon did, moved with his whole family to the Southern Hemisphere.
At the worst, this is going to be a very expensive holiday, but it'll be a new experience in a new country I've never been to, with new people, and there's no doubt about it, I liked adventure, and this certainly was adventure. So I picked up the family and we moved to Australia, and I set up this business, including the manufacturing. And in truth, my only previous business experience had been selling newspapers as a boy. Something happened that I wasn't quite aware of, and that was that there was an untapped asset in Japan that was not being utilized at all, and that was the Japanese housewife. I mean, they were sitting at home raising children and watching TV, and they weren't being admitted to industry at all, or very little, and certainly not on a first-class basis. And all of a sudden, I had a sales force of Japanese ladies. So 3 years that I'd planned on turned out to be 27 years.
He's still a risk taker. In July of last year, Eldon committed himself to a 3-week outward bound trek in the wilderness of British Columbia. The other members of the group were 1/3 to 1/2 his age. And if you hear the stories that he can tell, you wonder how any one of us might have managed to do that.
I decided there should be another career besides the business in law, the business in Japan, and the career we decided upon was philanthropy. And we'd made some money in Japan through the business, and it looked like a good way to make it useful.
He's set up scholarships and awards programs in a variety of faculties. I know in business and in law, and he and his wife Annie have set up a fund in nursing, and obviously in the Faculty of Physical Education and Recreation, he's had a tremendous impact in terms of the Eldon Foote Track and Field Scholarship Program.
Ever since the Eldon Foote facility opened up, I've just been very honored and blessed that I know him and know who he is, because when you're walking through there, very often you'll hear people ask, who is Eldon Foote and what does he do? And I'm just very honored that I know who he is and I can shed some light on what he's done for the university and what he's done for me personally.